Okay, we're recording now. So let's just do kind of a run through here. But first of all, I want to make an announcement here. I'll be announcing this at our state call next week, Wednesday evening next week. But I want to announce that we have a new legislative liaison in Convention of States, Indiana, and that's Marty Wood.
Woohoo!
Yay!
So Marty is will be taking over from Paul.
Immediately. So I'll see you guys later.
No, and I've already told Paul we're not letting go of him until we absolutely have to. But no, we want Paul to hang around as much as possible. But I just wanted to take the opportunity to make that announcement tonight, and Marty will be. We've interviewed him and we've onboarded him, and he's set to go, and so he'll be joining us starting next week, and he'll be attending all the meetings and all the good stuff. So.
Dale Ken is backstage asking to be let in.
Look forward to it. And Paul, if you wouldn't mind maybe sending me your availability next week, I'd like to maybe connect with you for a while and go through a few things.
Not a problem. I'll take a look at my schedule. I'm sure I got plenty of time.
Thank you.
Marty, he just increased his rates, so I'm sorry you. You know, he gets this promotion, so now he's more important. He can charge more money.
There you
I
go.
can charge twice as much.
Yeah, you know how much it is. Yeah.
So I've apparently missed something. Paul, where are you going, or what are you doing?
I'm going to be devoted full time to the Past States region team, working with Jonathan and Brenda
Oh, cool.
as support to them, which I've been doing part time for a few years now, and they wanted to make it full time.
Good for you.
Wow. I hope we can add a lot more states to your region. We need to get off of 15.
Yes, we do.
That's for sure. That's for sure. But yeah, Paul told me about this a couple weeks ago, and we put out some feelers. Of course, Marty was on the legislative team, so was Melba. Melba was another person we considered, but she chose not to be considered, and actually recommended Marty. So
Marty knows who to blame.
Marty knows who to blame. That's right. That's right. But so welcome aboard, Marty, and I'm sure Marty's going to help us a great deal and keep us going in the right direction legislatively. So okay,
right.
We'll start the roundtable at 7 p.m. Monday evening, and John will come on as our master of ceremonies, as he normally does, and he will introduce then as our in segment 1. He will mention, that we're going to have Mark Meckler. I can't remember now. Do I bring up a picture of Mark right now, or do I wait till we get? I think we wait until we actually get to that segment, don't we, John?
I would wait with the picture because I go through the outline pretty quickly.
Yeah. So John will go through the segments like he normally does, and our first segment is the interview segment, and our guest will be Mark Meckler. And John will. Well, you can say this, John, if you want to, instead of me saying it.
Well, after Mark, our COS Indiana State Director, Dale Parrish, will introduce you to the educational resources we have so that you can learn more about Convention of States. And then I'll welcome our state leadership team for I Want to Know, and they'll answer some important questions about Convention of States. And if you have a question, you may submit it beginning right now. If you're watching live on Facebook or YouTube, just click the comment button and enter your question. We'll do our best to answer you during I Want to Know. Finally, I'll invite you to join Convention of States and help us use the Constitution to save the Constitution. Right. So let me invite our State Director, Dale Parrish, to join me on screen. Dale and I are happy now to welcome Convention of States founder and president, Mark Meckler.
Holy smokes.
I don't think I'll do that.
No.
But that's the script I follow.
Right. So I will join John then on the screen, and I will bring up this saying this is our now I'll have I'll have the slide in large like this, and we'll say this is our guest for this evening, and John will welcome Mark. We'll bring him up on the screen, and I'll take that off, and Mark hopefully will be on the screen then with John and I. And oh, by the way, Rick, you might want to remind another reminder is for Mark to come in at 6:30. We want everybody to come in the studio at 6:30 so that we got a chance to kind of go over things a little bit here. But I think what we're going to do is we'll probably turn Mark loose. I imagine we'll turn him loose and let him pretty well talk about what he wants to talk about. Would you agree, John?
Yeah, I really think so. He won't have any trouble filling the time with worthwhile stuff.
Okay.
He knows what's going on.
Now, just in case we get to a point where we need to come up with some questions or things to ask him, John had put together some questions here, or we had put these questions together, like what should past states be doing? Remember that?
Hey, Dale, you misspelled past. It's PASSED.
All righty.
It sounds the same, doesn't it?
States, it does. But we're not anymore.
But it means something very different.
All right.
I wish California was passed.
Okay, I'll correct that.
So they got too many electoral votes.
That's one of our questions. Another question is, where is COS with additional states? Okay. Another question would be, how long is it going to take to get 34? Okay. And another question will be, what will our opposition be once we hit the 20 state mark? So these are the canned questions. If you want, in other words, these are the ones we'll fall back on if we need to take up some more time with him and get him to talk some more. Okay. Anybody, those okay with everyone?
Yeah. The only thought I have is if he answers some of those during his free association time, just don't put them up there.
Right.
So you'll have to be listening to him.
Oh, darn. Okay. That's right. I'll have to be listening. All right.
Take notes.
Okay. All right. Now, after that, John will close out. We'll close out the segment. We'll thank Mark for joining us in the roundtable, and then John will then introduce segment 2, and since I'll be on the screen with you,
Yep.
John, then you will turn it over to me, and then I will
Yep.
send you. I'll send you to the studio or to the lobby.
Yep.
And it'll be me, and I'll bring up our PowerPoint on the education resources, and I'll blah 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 blah. Now let me show you what I've done here. I've decided I'm going to lead with this slide, and this is all the resources together. Okay. I think it was mentioned to me before that this would be a good idea. Rather than doing the individual slides on all the resources, I put together this one slide, and I'll just kind of real quickly comment on these. And with our featured resource for this evening being, I hope I got this right, and Marty, you tell me, but our featured resource will be the Patriot Academy Biblical Citizenship Constitution Coaches. Does that look right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And then I will then introduce as our spokesman for this resource is Mr. Marty Wood. And at that time, then Marty, what I will do is, then I will remove this and bring you up into the screen and let you talk. So I will be off to the side, and it'll be just you and me on the screen here. Or should I just give you the whole screen? Maybe I should. What do you think, guys? Should I just give the whole screen to him?
Well, if it's
the whole screen, yeah.
if it's not going to be an interview of him, if he's going to have free reign, just him.
Yeah.
Just him?
Right.
Yeah. He's the only one talking.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Dale, are you going to put I put a couple of website links in there for their information. Will you have those available somehow?
Well, what I was going to do, let me go back. What I decided to do was I decided to see this address here for George Ward.
What?
That George can be contacted for links and information on any of these programs. Is that okay?
I think I'd put the Patriot Academy website or web address there. It's Patriot Academy, all one word.com. And they can get all the information that they need from that.
It's patriotacademy.com.
Yeah, Patriot Academy, all one word.com.
And just put it on the slide here under Patriot Academy here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll add that on there. Or would it be better to add it? Should I put it on this slide?
Yeah, that would be fine too.
I think you got more room for it on that slide, and probably makes a better connection with the Patriot Academy then.
All right.
Yeah, that other slide is awfully busy already.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think anybody's going to notice one item on there.
Yeah, I agree. I'll add it on here.
Yeah, see if you can fit it in right underneath Patriot Academy.
Put it up here, you mean?
Yeah, just if you can slide the three pictures in the middle down a little bit.
Okay.
And insert a line under Patriot Academy. It'd say Patriot Academy, then the website, and then Biblical Citizenship Coaches.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Dale, I would still be inclined to say save that other slide for at the end. So you say tonight we're going to feature Patriot Academy and go with this, and then at the end bring up that other slide and say we have these other resources also. Because I think putting that other stuff up there is just going to mix people's minds up as to, what we're going to be talking about, because there's a whole bunch of stuff on that. I know that sounds crazy, but
Well, I did think about that. Do I want to lead with this or not? And I just
Well,
I think I'd,
there's
I think
one
I'd
other
agree with
thing.
Gary.
Yeah, there's one other thought I had too since last week. I saw where Mark is on the board or something for the CRT Central. Will we be offering connectivity to that program as from an educational perspective? That's something we want to mention.
CRT Central. What's that?
Well, he's on the board for this critical race theory, and they've set up a website. I think he's a board. He's either like an executive director or executive board member, something like that. But he sent out an email where they've teamed. COS has teamed with this organization to fight this critical race theory issue in school boards.
Yeah.
And the website is called crtcentral.com. And I just was wondering if that's another educational piece we want to acknowledge since
Yeah,
he's
I haven't received anything to that effect, really, Marty. I would say no right now. Okay. All right.
But only because you don't know anything about it, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right, Gary. I will put this slide second. Okay, Marty, do you want to go? This is a rehearsal. Do you want to go through your presentation?
Yeah, I thought I'd do that, and you guys can time me, and then see if there's any other. I'd like your input if there's any other tidbits that you think may be appropriate to add from a Q&A perspective. So I can start. So throughout our history, American pastors and churches have played a vital role in establishment and preservation of religious and civil liberty. Being salt and light requires knowledge of the culture we are attempting to preserve and influence as we fulfill the Great Commission to make disciples of all nations. Being biblical citizens requires a knowledge of biblical principles and how to apply them to the world around us. You and your church can be a catalyst for restoring biblical values in our neighborhood, state, and nation. So this is taken right out of the Biblical Citizen in Modern America program. It's hosted by the Patriot Academy. Rick Green is the founder of the Patriot Academy. He's the ex-Texas legislator, past Texas legislator. And he's also teamed with a gentleman by the name of David Barton, who runs Wall Builders. It's wallbuilders.com. And these two sources are an absolutely tremendous resource for the Constitution. And this course started as Constitutional Live. It was a 5-week program and was fairly shortly updated and revised and became Biblical Citizenship in Modern America and became an 8-week program because of the tremendous content as well as the insight that our founding fathers had in their religious beliefs and in the Bible. So I encourage everybody to go online and take a look at this program. It's of tremendous value. It begins with a discussion of the foundation brought to our country by the Pilgrims and two primary but very different settlements of Plymouth and Jamestown, and how those religious values were brought here from the religious persecution that the Pilgrims felt over in England, but yet what they did with them once they came here, and some fascinating insights into both those settlements and how they impacted history the future of history at that time, based on those beliefs. The Pilgrims had strong belief in principles and their role in the Great Commission, and it was interwoven with their family, their government, and the church, and that all things must work together. There was an interesting discussion in the program about separation of church and state. This was never introduced. It's not in the Constitution. And, it makes you wonder where that phrase comes from. But unfortunately, a lot of our churches.
Hold on, Marty. What, John?
He's muted.
You're muted, John.
It's in the Federalist Papers is where they start talking about church and state.
Yeah, it never made it into the Constitution, though.
John, you're muted.
He knows that.
You're muted, John.
Okay, I don't know what he's saying.
Oh,
There you go, John.
John, you're muted.
Yeah, I was talking to my grandson, so I muted it. Did somebody want me for something?
No, we
Well,
thought you were talking to us.
I thought you were wanting Marty, or I thought you were trying to point out something to Marty.
Here I was trying to not interrupt.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Marty.
Okay. Anyway, talking about church and state, unfortunately, a lot of churches and church leaders around the country have separated their beliefs, and this was something that the Pilgrims didn't do. They brought the Bible, brought that those church views with them in everything they did, and incorporated it in government along with the politics of the times. So they had substantially had a moral compass that founded the principles of our developing country early on. And as time went on, and our founding fathers started to work on the Declaration and the Federalist Papers, the Constitution, many of the early leaders of English law and political philosophy were quoted by the founding fathers. In fact, one of the universities looked at 15,000 writings of the founding fathers, and the most often quoted sources were 2.9% quoted John Locke, who was an English philosopher, 7.9% William Blackstone, who was an English law expert, 8.3% Montesquieu, who had a very long name, French judge and political philosopher, but 34% of the quotes by the founding fathers were of the Bible. And you can see God and the Bible woven in through many of our documents. The need to read and study with a focus on study, the Constitution and the Bible, is kind of a driving play throughout this program. And the course book includes something that I found to be very helpful. It's called The Constitution Made Easy. You can read the Constitution, but to understand how amendments and things were revised along the way, The Constitution Made Easy shows you the movement of the Constitution from its beginning to where it is today. And you can really see how things occurred over time and why they occurred. And that's discussed throughout the program as well. There's discussion of how the words general welfare, which are used in the preamble of the Constitution, have been misapplied under the General Welfare Clause. Some of that's very enlightening as well. And general historic information, biblical insights, and the founders intended to guide the Constitution and made this program a very solid foundation for any patriot. So I'd really suggest that people that are interested in this course, you can go online, you can sign up to be a coach. There's no fee associated with that. Being a coach just gets you access to the program online. And if you can't make the class, which is typically on a Monday evening, and lasts for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on whether you look at the bonus videos or not. You can go back, having that access, and look at that program at any time at your leisure. So sign up to be a coach. Those of us that have gone forward, we've officially become coaches. We're conducting classes on the program and trying to spread the information that's in the program to others. But excellent foundation in both the Bible, the thought process that the Bible brought to our founding fathers, and the Constitution. So I recommend it to everybody.
All right. I got almost 8 minutes. That's what I timed it to be. Now, I might have some questions for you on as you go along on this. I'm thinking maybe, well, I guess I can wait. I can wait until you're finished. Should we be? Here's a question for us: should we be trying to get people to become coaches, or are we trying to get people to utilize the resource of our coaches?
Well, I think the first step would be to get people to go through this program. Once you go through the program, you can see there's 4 or 5 of us that have done this and become coaches, 6 of us or so that even in Indiana here, because it kind of juices you up to really keep spreading the word, And at that point, it's a personal choice whether you want to, become a coach. And there's different levels of coaches, of coaching that you can subscribe to and become a part of. And that's all kind of up to them. But just getting the education component of going through the course would be, I think, the first.
Well, yeah, I think you should present this as the resource that we have available to us is in fact the coaches, and the program that the coaches deliver. Now, if you're really interested and want to become a coach, then you could do this, and this. Okay, so it kind of sounded to me like you were promoting becoming a coach before utilizing the resource as that you would be delivering, that you're delivering as a coach. Does anybody else see that?
The way they set this up as a resource is you get online, and if you're there every night, you sign up and you're there every night of the course, you can take the course. But if you miss it, they encourage you to sign up to be a coach, and then you got access to go back and get it. So,
well, no, I'm talking about Marty, I'm John Doe out here. We got a group in our church that's very interested in the Constitution.
Right.
And I understand you are a coach. We would like for you to come and deliver your program to our group.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I can do that.
That's what I think. That's what I want you to explain to people how that's done.
Okay.
Because that's the resource in my mind. Now, if anyone in my, I'm just making this up here, but anyone in my group at the church, if they would like to become coaches, then you can tell them how to take the classes and so forth, right?
Yes.
So
yeah, Paul, you're a coach as well. Have you? I've done this a couple of times. 2 different groups and setting up more all the time. Anything that you would add or think is important?
Well, that's how I'd like for you to deliver this, as you're a coach along with these other people that we've identified as coaches, and this is the program. This is the program that we can deliver to you in your group at however your home or however wherever you want. This is what we can deliver. This is the program that we can deliver, and this is what it's all about. And if you would like to become a coach, then you can do this and this.
All right, I can add that in.
Okay. All right. Does that make sense to everyone else? Does that make sense?
Yep.
2 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we want to promote the idea that the class, the biblical citizenship class, is available. Once people get into it, they can say, "Hey, I'd like to become a coach." We don't have to promote that here, but we want to promote people taking the class, and they're still all done through Zoom, right, Marty?
Right.
Now, am I right? Are you when you deliver the class? Are you online at that time? Are you or do you have the do you have recordings, or do you access those online?
No, what I did was I bought the CDs, and I like doing it in person because I get the CDs started. I let them listen to it, and then I like to have the Q&A side of it, which tends to go at least a good half an hour to 45 minutes, afterwards.
Okay.
So I've been taking kind of the personal route because I haven't bought a Zoom program, and I didn't want to get too many people initially had gotten tied up in, software glitches or Zoom glitches, and putting this on.
Really?
Yeah. So I think it's getting better, but I'm just going around my area within, an hour's drive and, doing the program live.
Okay. All right.
Marty, I would emphasize that you like to deliver it in person, and we have other coaches around the state who might be able to do it in person, or they could do it through Zoom. But
Right.
I think a lot of people would be attracted to the idea that they could do it in person rather than Zoom.
Yeah, that's the feedback I've gotten too. Especially, I've gone to a couple retirement communities, and or they don't have access to a lot of things like that, so they like being there in person.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, then we'll wrap up that segment, and I'll bring I'll let Marty go, and then John, I'll bring you up and turn over segment 2 to you. And so what we'll do then is I'll go off the screen again, and then you will introduce segment 3, the I want to know. Okay. Excuse me, I was getting ahead of myself there. I was getting into segment 4. We haven't done segment 3 yet, have we? So
Correct.
what you will do then, since I'll be there, I'll bring you up, John, and then you'll introduce the rest of the executive staff, right?
Yeah, right. Now I got a question. Is Marty going to stay on as the new legislative liaison, or is Paul going to come in?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because I want to know who's going to pop up on my screen here.
For this one, let's bring Paul in.
Okay.
Since we've got him assigned to a question and everything, let's bring him. We'll get you in. You'll be on the next one, Marty.
Right.
Let's bring Paul up, and
Okay.
And
So-
the rest of the staff. Okay.
So if you send Marty back to the waiting room and then bring me up, I'll introduce, and you stay there.
Right.
And I'll introduce each one as they come on: Paul, Gary, George, and Ken.
Okay.
And then we'll follow the pattern. If there are any viewer questions, you'll pop them up. Otherwise, we'll go through the questions that I sent out, I think, last Saturday morning.
Right. And here's the first one, and that is, what can I do to help?
Yeah, George, what can I do to help? You got a good answer for that?
Basically, he doesn't have an answer right now, right?
He will have an answer.
Yes, he will.
You can sign the petition. You can get your friends to sign it. You can send money.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get your friends to sign it. You can send money. You can make some phone calls. You can send money, whatever. Send money, whatever. Send money.
Can you send money?
Yeah.
Need my address.
Okay.
Cash only. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll get her done.
The second question is, how do the state legislatures call a convention of states?
Pretty easy, Paul. That's a softball I'm throwing to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You could answer that one in your sleep.
Do I look like I'm sleeping?
Do you?
No.
Looks
You
like
got
you
an
lost
answer?
power.
You got an answer prepared for that one, Paul?
Yeah, I do now that I saw the question. So yeah,
Okay, you will have. All right.
no, I do. I can answer it.
Okay. Do you want to go through it, or
No,
Okay.
no need to bore you with it.
All right. Then the next question is, what happens at a convention of states?
Well, yeah, I think you skipped number 3, but okay.
Wait a minute. Have I missed one? Wait a minute. Have I missed one here?
Well, I thought the third one was can Congress block a convention of states? And that one's for Ken.
How do state legislatures call a convention of states? What happens at a convention of states?
That'll be Gary's.
You didn't have it in there.
And how are proposed amendments? That's mine, right? So
Yeah,
I've missed one.
Except you need a D
Dale,
on the.
yeah, that should be ratified, not ratifies.
Boy, I tell you, a bunch of spell checkers here.
You must have
Well,
been
we
doing
wanna
this at
make-
midnight, huh, Paul?
It's a good thing.
We want to make you look
Technically, you
good.
spelled them all right. You just used the wrong words.
Yeah, well, John gave these to me, so it must be John.
I might have mistyped it, and
No,
I don't know. I sent the email to the 5.
Oh, I see. Can Congress? Okay, there's Ken's question is, can Congress block a convention of states? Right?
Right.
Ken, there's a short answer and a long answer.
No,
We'll
NO.
give you the medium one. Yeah. Well, I'll start out by saying, Congress thinks they can block it, but no, they can't.
Okay, I will.
They
Are we
can only name the place and call the time. That's about all they can do.
There you go.
Congress may try to block it, but they can't.
And what happens if they don't call a place and time? They just drag their
Well,
feet
then
up.
it goes over to the courts and the states. But yeah, we can't leave this up to Nancy Pelosi. She'll have nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So basically, we can call it ourselves. We're just kind of being polite and giving them that
Courtesy.
authority,
Well,
courtesy. Yeah, good.
Well,
word. Courtesy.
Article 5 says Congress shall
Yeah, shall
call the convention.
Yeah,
There's no
that
wiggle.
that means a lot these days. That'll hold up in court, but that don't mean the guy said shall, we got to do it. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, Nancy's approach would be, we got to find a way around that.
Yeah, we'll go.
But
We're going to take a vote. Yeah.
She will be out of
Nancy will
office.
gone by then.
She will be out of office on 2023.
Thank goodness.
Okay. So we got question 2 is, how do state legislatures call a convention of states? Okay. Question number 3, can Congress block a convention of states? Okay. Question 4, what happens at a convention of states? And question 5 is, how are proposed amendments ratified?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, looking good.
All right. Now, and hopefully we'll have some viewer questions that we can intermingle in that. And now, John, I kind of have to kind of rely on you to kind of keep time, make sure we're not getting too far out of bounds on time here. Okay.
Yeah.
And so we'll call it bring segment 3 to a conclusion, and then introduce a video. And evidently, Rick sent me some more videos to choose from. I will. I haven't seen them, but we'll I'll look at them and get with you, John, and we'll pick one out. Okay.
Sure.
Now I've got this one. Is this one of them, Rick?
About Congress. Hey, Congress is full of people who don't know what the hell.
Yeah, that's one of them I sent to you.
Okay.
And the other one was the Mark Meckler one that we had used previously, but I thought with Mark being there, might use that. And then the other one's one that's pretty recent. That's really good. So.
Oh, the Mark Meckler one?
Yeah, I think it was the top link I sent you there. That's one that we had used previously, but I thought it was, with Mark being our guest, might be appropriate.
Let me see. Where would I have put that?
I sent it by Slack to you here.
Right over there on your left, Dale.
Huh?
It's right over on your left.
Right on the left. Make up your mind, George.
The left is terrified.
Yes.
George is
Sure,
playing
that's-
games.
After the last election, liberty-minded Americans faced a difficult question. What do we do now? Our cities have been ravaged by riots. Calls from the left to defund the police.
Is that the one, Rick?
That's one that I thought was really good for Mark Meckler. And then but we'd used that in the past. I thought it would be appropriate with Mark being there. So
Let's. Do you remember this one, John?
Yep.
Does this sound good to you?
Sure. I mean, it's a good, powerful, well done video.
Let's listen to it. I don't recall it for sure. Well, for goodness sakes.
Continue unabated while violent crime and murder rates skyrocket across the country. Joe Biden controls the White House. Sort of. Really, we all know that Joe Biden's no longer in control of his faculties, and others behind the scenes actually control the agenda. Socialists control Congress. Leftists control the deep state. Marxists control our country's schools and universities, and the tech oligarchs are their willing censors and watchful spies. So who has a plan to stop them? Certainly, we're not seeing courage from Capitol Hill to stand up to the Democrats and their woke mob. The good news is that we do have a plan to stop them. This is the only plan that bypasses Biden and Congress to save the republic. And this plan brings the fight to where we, the people, have a political advantage. While many Americans were disappointed in the outcome of this election at the presidential level, liberty-minded state legislators quietly swept to enormous victories. Now's the time to use this to our advantage and draw the fight for our liberties out of the swamp and into the battlefield where we, the people, have the advantage, in the states. This plan to call a convention of states can propose constitutional amendments that prohibit Congress from adding justices to the Supreme Court or states to the Union. This plan can secure our Second Amendment rights. It can eliminate the woke Department of Education, and it can stop the federal government from taking over the state election process. You need to know that this plan's underway already, and it's working. Join 5 million supporters and citizen activists, along with my friends Mark Levin, Rand Paul, Ben Shapiro, Glenn Beck, Mike Huckabee, Sean Hannity, and many, many more.
The Convention of States, ultimately, fundamentally, the way to secure our republic.
Washington is so broken it may not be fixable that the only way you'll truly get reform is by having a convention where people decide, we need to have term limits or we have to have a balanced budget amendment.
I have endorsed it, and I believe very strongly that it's the only way we're ever going to get a balanced budget amendment. It's the only way we're ever going to be able to bring some real reform to our system.
I mean, I've been a longtime supporter of the Convention of States and to reestablish the sort of guiding principles of the Constitution.
You have a chance of really saving the republic. I am all in. ConventionofStates.com.
And now I'm joining Convention of States to make this happen. So join me in this constitutional revolution at ConventionofStates.com. They have a petition. Go sign it today.
Support the only plan that bypasses Biden and Congress to save the republic. Sign the petition at ConventionofStates.com.
Bingo. Now you
like
remember
that
it,
one?
Dale?
Huh?
Now do you remember it? We've used it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll move right into the invitation to join and volunteer, and then we're done.
Yep. And we'll let me see how how do I get to? We want to get to that to the screen. We want to go to the website, don't we?
Yeah.
And so we want to get to that so you can talk about how to go to the website, how to sign up and everything, and
How to join, and then hit the take action button at the top.
take action.
Yep, there you go.
We'll get back there. Become a leader. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, then you'll close out with next roundtable November 22nd.
Yep.
Okay, 2021. All right. And
That'll about be the last one for the year.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, it will be.
It will be. And there'll be a come to Jesus moment there that John will deliver, a come to Jesus moment.
We'll sing 12 verses of a song
All right.
until somebody comes.
All right. What do you think? Think we got a program here?
Yeah,
I think it's has a lot
Ken?
of potential to become long.
A lot of potential to what?
Get kind of long over time, which I think would be okay. I mean,
Ken, I wonder if you could give some recommendations to Marty for camera, lighting, etc., because I think they'd just give him a much better appearance if he had maybe a mic and a lighting situation.
Yeah.
How was the sound?
Sound is good, Marty. I think if you just get a little light on the front of you or the side of you.
Yeah, well, I'm at my son's right now, babysitting my grandkids. So
gotcha. You don't have control over all that stuff.
Yeah, I will have a light in front of me though.
Well, get the grandkids to get a couple flashlights on you, Marty, and you'll be good.
There you go.
Marty, you do have a strong voice. I will say that you're very clear. Your voice is very good and clear, very strong. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Rick.
Okay. Well, I've been talking to Young Americans for Liberty, and I believe that Sean Thema, let's see, he's their chief of staff. I believe he's going to be our special guest for November. And Young Americans for Liberty was a Rand Paul. I think what I understand, they started out as Rand Paul's presidential group, and then they become Young Americans for Liberty. So they're a group of young college-age kids from all across the country that are trying to do the exact same thing we're doing. I met a couple of them in West Lafayette when I went to the thing there with Senator Mike Braun. And so I'm waiting for him to confirm that, but it looks like they're probably going to be our guests for November. I think that'll be I'm hoping by having them on, they'll see what we're doing, and maybe that'll help attract some of these college kids to the COS. So
nice.
Good.
So,
all right.
We should try to put a plug in for that at the end of this broadcast. Say next month our guest is going to be a representative of Young Americans for Freedom.
Yeah, I just got the email from them today, and I sent a thing back asking them to just confirm that they will be there. And I hope to have that before Monday.
I think we should have Dale give away turkeys too, don't you think?
What's the name of the group? Young Americans.
Young Americans
for Liberty.
For Liberty.
Right. I set, it's a long story I won't tell here, but I got to sit with their two leaders for Purdue University at that event. And I spent probably a couple hours with them because we missed the bus. But anyway, so I got to spend a couple hours with them. And the more I talk to them, the more I'm like, they're really in tune with what we're doing. And if we can pull some college kids into what we're trying to do here, that'd be great. So Well, we'll see.
Actually, let me just.
You know, we start pulling in a bunch of young people and stuff, it's going to make us all look a lot older. You know that.
I'm just going to add, John, I'm just going to add that on to the next roundtable, Young Americans for Liberty. So you can just put it all together in one word. Okay.
The guy's name is Sean, Sean. And then his last name is Themea.
Should I put his name on there, you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's just leave it at Young Americans for Liberty.
Okay.
We may have a different guy by that time. Who knows? All right.
And then I do have one other thing.
Boy, you just, I'll tell you. Okay.
Anything to prolong the meeting here.
All right. Okay.
I had an opportunity through, I got this online business thing, so sometimes we get special deals on things. So I got a special deal for these tote bags for 99 cents each. So I bought 200 of them, and I'm going to use these for our events.
Wow.
Oh,
cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
But so they're nice tote bags, but I can see people walking around in an event, with one of these, and all their freebie stuff in it, and advertising for us too. So
I got a couple of those that AFP was handing out at one time or another. I use it a lot, and take it to a grocery store.
They're good, durable bags for 99 cents. I couldn't believe it, but that's what they were.
Speaking of buying things, at our last staff meeting, Paul made a suggestion, and we all thought it was a great suggestion, and that is that COS now offers these lapel pins. Matter of fact, Brenda even gave me one. It's a little. Let's see. See if I got mine here, or did I? Well, anyway, it's a
COS logo, flag logo, lapel pin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Paul's idea was that we give out Patriot pins, and we give that exactly. There it is. And we give out self-governance pins, but we ought to give these out to district captains that have completed their training and now are officially a new district captain, and that we should award that lapel pin to them. And
is this going to be retroactive?
I don't know. Yeah. We ought to give one out to all existing district captains, and then make it a standard thing for any new district captains. Now, how are we going to buy these? What was the cost of it, Paul? 10 of them for $25 or something like that?
That's it.
Yeah. You got any money left, Rick?
Well, I guess so.
No, I mean, I know we had a little money at one time. I don't know if that's probably all been used, hasn't it?
Yes. Hang on just a second. Let me, because we did have some money collected at the strategic planning meeting. Where was that at? Hang on.
Oh, really?
Hey, Dale, I'm going to drop off. I got to get into this other meeting I've got at 8 o'clock.
All right.
So
now we're starting talking about money, and now you're going to drop off. Huh? I see.
Good timing, Paul.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure Dale will just send me the bill.
Right. I'll text it to you.
We'll see you guys.
See you,
Paul.
But I thought that was a good idea. And
I'll have to find my notes, but it was like $25, $30 or something like that.
Okay.
Through in the jar at the strategic planning meeting, so we can use that to buy those pins if you want.
Well, that'll get us some. I'd say we need to accumulate about I don't know 40 of them, I
50.
guess, right? So 50.
Well, yeah, 50
Yeah.
to cover.
So maybe if we all could put an order in for the lapel pins, $25 a piece, that'd get us what we needed, huh?
Okay, and then just have them shipped to Rick or what? Or you or
If ship them to, we ought to ship them to the region captains, shouldn't we? It's the region captains that should have these. Let's send let's send them to Gary. Gary, you want to disseminate them?
Yeah, I can take care of that.
Okay. I'll get the information out on this and how we want to do this.
All right.
But
these are at the store on Convention Estates, because there's a grassroots store also. There's two stores.
As far as I know, they're on Convention Estates, aren't they?
I think that's what Paul said.
Convention Estates store.
Gary's checking on the ball.
We'll see how fast I get there.
Rick, are you gonna have time to watch this recording again and get an agenda or get a
Script, yes.
script, whatever you call it?
Yep, I've been taking notes here, so I'll get it updated and get it out to you real.
All right, good.
Hopefully tomorrow.
I think we got it down pretty good here, but I always like having that.
Yeah, we just got back. We went to Florida for a week, so we just got back late yesterday, so I'm a little behind, but I'll get
all right.
You say Florida? You went to Florida?
Yeah.
Ah, how was the weather? Pretty good, or
it was beautiful down there when we were there. So yeah, it was nice. We went out to this restaurant that was underneath the bridge that was underneath the bridge that went from Titusville out to Merritt Island. And we sat there and you could see the Space Center across the water. It was beautiful.
Wow. Wow.
But we were down there settling up stuff from Susan's mom's thing. That's what we were doing. So.
Doing what?
Settling up stuff from Susan's mom's estate. So.
Oh.
I drove a glass china cabinet all the way from Florida back to Indiana without breaking it. So.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
It took a while at 10 miles an hour, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. I will. I'm going to end the recording right now, and I'll get the recording out to everyone. And now, once again, look for another link for the actual broadcast on Monday. Is Marty on the Roundtable team?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, I got.
Before last meeting. Yep.
So John's the only one that I need to email. We got to find out how to get John set up on Slack.
Yeah, my login just doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay.
Dale, you're going to use the same because I already sent Mark Meckler the link.
Yes, that's the link. That's the link I'm going to be sending out.
All right, cool.
I haven't sent that out to anyone else.
All right.
But that'll be the link.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
Good night, all.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.